this me talking, or is this a dialogue?
It's a well, it's a pleasure to have you. If you've got anything to add, please do so. We're just looking into the FTX situation now. But Chris, I think Chris, you were speaking. Go ahead, man.
I just would really like to know why they flipped all that tether to DAI, though, and what's up with all these shit coins being flipped on the DEXs, and when we're going to just let Doge save all of us. I'm just not really sure what's happening right now.
Doge to the moon.
No fucking way. No way. No way.
Oh my god.
Where the fuck
Here
are
we
you,
go.
man? I hear a lot of background noise from you.
I mean, I think so. So, I mean, don't bet the farm on Doge, but you know, I'm working hard on the Doge front.
How
Holy shit.
what's your take
Frank,
right now?
are you serious right now, Frank?
How guys? How I would ask Elon question. How fucked are we in crypto? Would love your take on it. It's been the question I've been asking every panelist, because it just keeps getting worse and worse every passing minute, and the guys here looking on chain, and every 5 minutes is breaking news.
Well, I'm not the expert on crypto, but you know, I think there probably is a future for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge. I can't really speak to the others, but if you've got, you know, one of those three in a cold wallet, not in an exchange, I think, I don't know. My guess is it works out well. Maybe some of the others too, but I don't know about the others.
Yeah, I just got crypto.com on stage. There's a lot of concerns now around exchanges and their liquidity. Like if FTX, the second biggest exchange, got screwed, I want to get more insight from other exchanges and you know how screwed they are, whether they mess around with user funds. So crypto.com, since you accepted to come on stage, how bad is this?
I can't say anything. I just wanted to be on a live with Elon Musk.
Ah, bro, we're hoping now suddenly now Elon like I've been trying to get information from every exchange for the last 3 days. We had one person come on stage yesterday who was a senior person at a top exchange, and then the tweet about them went viral. They came on stage. While on stage, just for everyone listening, while on stage, they were getting threatened to stop speaking. The poor lady who's been in the space for many years. And now that Elon's here, exchanges want to come up and suddenly they want to be clear on the situation. So it's just a bummer about the lack of transparency right now.
So I've
Is
got one
crypto.com cloud
I would love
farming
to hear.
Elon Musk right now?
I don't know, bro.
So
Actually,
Elon,
I have a legit
any
question. Hold on, I have a legit
details you
question.
could share
Oh,
about
sorry.
the potential SBF Twitter partnership, how that went down? Was anything misreported? So on. What was that like?
Well, there really wasn't any SBF Twitter partnership. To be honest, I've never heard of him. But then, like a ton of people were telling me he's got, you know, huge amounts of money that he wants to invest in a Twitter deal, and I talked to him for about half an hour, and I know my bullshit meter was redlining, so I was like, this dude is full of shit. That was my impression, and so then I was like, but everyone, like including like, you know, major investment banks and everyone were saying, you know, we're talking about him like he's like walking on water and has $1 zillion, and I'm like, that's not my impression. And my prediction to the investment banks, which some of it is in, you know, you've seen on text because it was in a court case, was that that dude is just, there's something wrong, and he does not have capital, and he will not come through. That was my prediction, and that is definitely what happened. So I don't know. Yeah.
Good.
I have a question
Elon,
here.
as somebody who's dealt with so much controversy and bad news and stuff like that, you know, through your whole career, what should the crypto community like? What's the way to pivot and rebuild from this? How do we project ourselves through this? Like, what would you recommend anyway?
Well,
Would you agree that people should?
I
would
think
you
crypto
agree,
has a
Elon, that people should get out of exchanges and be in charge of their own crypto? Because we've had so many cases
yes.
now where people are losing their stuff because of dishonest people.
Yeah, I mean, as the saying goes, not your wallet, not your keys, not your wallet. So like you really do want to just keep a cold wallet, not at an exchange. Just I mean, listen, this is just this blockchain is a ASCII string with a just a long ASCII string, and you want your ASCII string, you want to control your ASCII string. So just don't put it in somebody else's hands. If you like your ASCII, if you want to get that ASCII string back, then you want to with this thing called the wallet. You want to control the password to it, not someone else. Yeah, I
So
mean,
so why
Uh,
why don't we just recommend to everyone right now, if you have your crypto sitting in an exchange, withdraw it.
The rule that
yes,
I make is if you have more than
Yes.
$150 in crypto, you can afford a $150 ledger.
so the
yeah.
another
I have a
question I
question.
just
Oh,
quickly
I
before you go,
disagree.
Frank. Go ahead,
Like
Elon.
no, I would reaffirm that, which is to say that if you have crypto, you should have it in a directly accessible cold wallet. Like not in an exchange. That would be wise, I think.
Is Twitter looking at launching a crypto wallet?
That was my next
Well, we're
question.
looking at a lot of things, but it's a crypto wallet is not soon. But I mean, maybe something down the road we'll be open to it. But right now, Twitter's just gotta get the basics right. Um, so
By the way, I
I
just
think
wanted to thank you. I had the biggest laugh yesterday with all of these corporates tweeting out honest shit. I had the best fun of my life. So thank you very
and
much for
just
that.
a quick shout out. By the way, Elon, just a quick shout out. This space, which is obviously on Twitter, is a perfect example of the power of citizen journalism. We were breaking news here, and then 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, Bloomberg or CoinDesk was reporting the story. So, what's your thoughts on Twitter's impact on citizen journalism and the impact of citizen journalism on crypto?
yeah, no, I totally agree. So it's like I think we want to just elevate the voice of the people who often, if they're directly involved in something, have a better understanding of the situation than a journalist who doesn't understand the space and actually isn't there and isn't super familiar with it. And I think you can see this example when you read about anything in a newspaper and you actually know the details of what happened. It's the perspective in the newspaper is often really very wrong, but that's not true just for the things that you know about. It's true for things in general. Now I'm not like trying to totally trash traditional media. There's a role for that, of course, but I think there's the information flow of the world could be much better and much more accurate with citizen journalism and a much more real time like we're doing right now. Um, and people can come in and comment and disagree with each other or present counter arguments, and it's great. Um, there's this thing that just came out called Community Notes, which is like I think going to be fantastic for fact checking truth, and just generally, let's let the voice of the people reign. Vox populi, vox dei. Um, so I'm a big. I mean, it just like let's not have the news be controlled by a small number of media oligopolies. It should also be controlled by me. Just kidding.
Alex, you had a question about Dogecoin. Alex, I'll let you go next.
Hey, I actually like research blockchains just for fun, and a lot of people don't take Dogecoin seriously, but when you dive into the tech, there are some interesting use cases for sure. And I guess my question for you is twofold. Number one, what made Dogecoin specifically stand out to you for being like a good use case for Twitter? And the second is, what are specific crypto specific applications you see when it comes to social media? Because I think a lot of focus has been around decentralized finance. But obviously, with you running a huge social media platform, what are ways to bring that ledger and decentralized database technology to the social realm?
Shit. Bro, you had a good question and he dropped out. And where's Kim? There's Kim. Oh, no, he's there. Oh, no, no, he hasn't dropped out. Elon, you're there. You're muted. I thought you dropped out.
Oh, he's just co-host now.
Oh, it's just,
he just
sometimes it glitches when you get swapped to co-host. Guys,
yeah.
I was gonna ask him about NFTs, but I mean,
yeah, let's ask him an NFT question because definitely someone want to know what he wants to do there, Mr. Elon.
Elon, we wanted to show you a bug in Twitter, so just kidding.
Let me bring you.
By your own app?
Let me bring. Oh no, he's unmuted. Elon, you there? You've unmuted. That's a good question, by the way, Alex. Give you credit for that. In the meantime, was there any breaking news, chat or Fubar until Elon fixes his mic? Anything new with the FTX situation?
XBT, he tweeted out not too long ago. He seems to confirm that some of the funds appear to be white hats, white hat related, and he linked a couple wallets.
The multi-sig evolution. So the way it went down, first people were withdrawing to a single EOA. Then it looked like they were pooling funds into a multi-sig, which then, and a lot of people are saying that the multi-sig is actually white hat actors from within FTX.
Okay, that's good news at least.
Yeah,
that's good timing for good news. I want to see who's gonna. By the way, Chet, you're the co-host. While we're waiting for Elon's mic to work, can you go through who's requesting to speak? Because suddenly we have it went up 10x. Let's see if there's someone interesting that suddenly wants to be transparent or someone interesting to bring on stage. Elon, are you there?
Elon's probably trying to connect to the Tesla Bluetooth right now,
I can totally imagine Elon right now just talking. You know that glitch that happens sometimes? You're talking and nobody else can hear it. It's just so funny.
Well, we know what the engineers are working on tomorrow.
One of the fascinating things too about this is just I think we're 3 nested bankruptcies deep at this point. Voyager went under, and then FTX bought them, and then FTX went under, and people were and bankruptcy liquidators trying to save them, and then somebody hacked them. So the blockchain just moves, I think, 5 times faster than traditional legal structures. How that interplays.
So I was with SBF about 3 weeks ago. And on stage he was just talking it was a small dinner of 60 people, and on stage he was just kind of talking about, in a really kind of egotistic way, about all the acquisitions that he was making, of course BlockFi being one of them, and it was kind of it was a little awkward. It was kind of oh yeah, we want to buy everything, and it did feel a little bit weird. And one thing that he stressed on the stage that in hindsight I'm now so confused / surprised by is he stressed a couple of times how there was a true wall of separation between FTX and Alameda, and it happened a couple times in this let's call it was basically like an LP dinner plus speakers, and it's just kind of crazy to see how that all unfolded, especially as he stressed it 3 times over the course of a 20-minute kind of keynote conversation.
Yeah, in retrospect, the pieces do seem to fit together, but yeah, when somebody's going, the bluster is certainly a tactic.
I have a question for you, Fubar. I know you're a big proponent of DeFi, as I am as well, and everything you were saying is right on point. How do you feel though that SBF is essentially moving to KYC all of our DeFi wallets? Debbie Stabenow and John Boozman have doubled down, saying that they're still going to push the FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried bill forward, and they're saying that because it's going to be a pretty, it's going to happen after apparently the elections. What do you feel about that? Because it really looks much like Money in the Points, like they could actually push this thing through potentially. Or in light of this, what do you think?
I think there are a lot of people with good intentions out there. I do think that there's probably a significant element of red herring. There's no there's no worse faith than knowing you gambled away billions of customer funds and testifying in front of Congress that the actual problem is websites need KYC instead of just basic stuff like transparent proof of reserves, verifiable finance. Certainly there are elements to move on all aspects of the space. And it feels like the vast majority of significant blowups come from centralized intermediaries, truly centralized custodial aspects that don't provide enough transparency. So it feels to me that, while certainly action on DeFi and clarity there would be helpful, the huge elephant in the room is how do you get transparent proof of reserves for custodial actors? And everything else follows on top of that.
I think the danger here, though, is that politicians inevitably kind of see this as a problem with "quote unquote" the block
proof of work algorithm.
Hey, this is a nerding out.
It just shows the power.
Like a Canadian.
For
about
is that their name?